What's up, everyone? First of all, I just want to wish everyone a happy 4th of July, and I hope everyone has a good one. For me, it's been pretty smooth so far, just doing a project here that I'm doing right now. So as I'm doing this video, what I'm about to talk about, I'm going to do my very best to talk about it as I'm multitasking. So I'm going to do my best here. So if I find myself distracted, then I'll stop and just continue to just talk about it as I go, without doing anything else. But yeah, so anyways, I do want to touch on this topic again, which is what I discussed this entire week, which is about the two shoot-around games that I'm supposed to do sometime this month. Well, I got some good news. These next couple of weeks, I'm finally going to get myself some breathing room. And I may just finally catch perhaps the biggest break of the summer for me, in that I can finally, and I mean finally, be able to breathe in terms of just being able to do what I have not been able to do these past couple of weeks, or just like the past few weeks. And now it has come to that time that I'm finally able to do it. So in these next 2 weeks, I'm going to make sure that I can take advantage of it and being able to play my games. You can see here in the thumbnail, this is the same thumbnail that I had briefly when I talked about it. And so now it's become permanent for this very discussion that I'm bringing up again. So the first one obviously is for me and Mari, the 9-year friendship that I didn't get a chance to do, and that's and it's going to happen this month. The friendship anniversary game. I've done it the last couple of years. I did it when it happened on a weekday in 2023. Obviously, she was not around at the time. I'm talking about she was out like of social media and just out of my circle for a long time, and and then I did it the last couple of years. Last year she was around, and I remember scoring a historic 26 threes that time. Brand new record. So and it's still holding it to this day. And so so this year, although it won't be exactly on that day, it was on a Sunday, but I already knew that I wasn't going to be able to do it. So, this month, I'm going to make sure it's going to happen. And it will happen within that 2-week period where I finally get some breathing room, right? So I'll make sure. Plus the intro, Although I know I still got a lot of catching up to do on my basketball shoot-arounds, and especially for this season, which I haven't really not started yet. So for the most part, I'm going to, to start on that, and hopefully I can get to it on time. I still have the burst season tournament ones from last year. So, but for the most part, I finally get the biggest break, and it is to be happening soon. And I got other plans as well, how to take care of, certain things, other things that I wasn't able to do as well. My career situation, who knows with that. I may just finally find myself having more time, to deal with it, right? So, yeah, for the most part, like I said, it's good news for me in that I'm able to make 2 of these games happen. The other game, as I mentioned also in the last video, with playing with Russ, or Russ being my next friend that I'm going to play with or against, you know what I'm saying? So that's going to be a primetime game. I don't know I gotta check with his schedule. So, you know, I'll be happy to play against him, be it in my home court as a visitor, which is yet to happen, or in his home court right by his house. So, yeah, man, I can't wait because, the 2 weeks is going to be pretty big for me. So every minute counts, every moment counts. Yes, I know I'm still going to be in that dump, but God forbid I can score a job interview or more. That's the one thing I want happening. So it's finally time to take my career seriously as well. Diving more into it. Maybe now I'll definitely have more time since I have more breathing room. But yeah, so I prayed and look, I'm finally getting it done. You know what I mean? I've finally seen, although it's only 2 weeks, but it's going to be a big 2 weeks. So here's the one part that I may have had to be really scrupulous about is, transportation. Obviously, I may end up using a different car, but, I got to be very, very, very scrupulous with that because, the car that I may be using, it's still fairly new, even though it's only been a couple years. So, I got to make sure that, because it is not my own car, that I got to not mess around with so much. Let's keep it basic and, that's just that. So, yeah, I just want to touch on this more because for sure I'm going to finally see these 2 games happen. And I'm fairly excited about these games, and I hope I can win them both. So hey, man, better late than never. Just like I started my first game against Neil, being the first friend of the entire season. Better late than never. So, yep, I'm just gonna keep it as short as possible, and just making sure they're gonna happen. And at the end of the day, I will have already done what I've done, and I'm just hoping that I will at least for the betterment of my year going forward, even though it's not going to be better. I already labeled it the worst year ever. But at least from what I'm hoping is that the results that I'm going to try to produce on my desperate efforts, that that I may just end up seeing some light in a tunnel. Even if it means a new job. Everyone already knows. I'm talking about all my friends, especially the ones that sub to this channel, that already seen my everyday misery. They've heard me talk about, like, this ranting on about dump issues that have been making me feel miserable for a long time. I don't want to go in there just knowing that it's already my 13th year and just more of the same that's just going to happen. I don't want that. I want a better life, and I've been vouching for it for a long time, and it hasn't gotten to that yet, unfortunately. But like I said, there's a better late than never, and I got to continue to do what I got to do. Rely on my main website right now, which is ChatGPT, where I have been researching as far as my career is concerned and how to apply for better jobs. But for the most part, I'm doing a whole lot. So this is all I gotta talk about, and yep, I'm seeing some good news just finally hit right in front of my face. So once again, happy 4th of July to everyone else, and all my friends and family, relatives, and just hope you enjoy your day. Peace.